Check out the weather today. So sunny and nice. I think it got to about 40 degrees today. Perfect day to be working on our Kia. This car's been really good to us. Not a whole lot of problems ever since we had the engine and sorry about the wind noise. Engine and the turbo replaced under warranty through Kia. Just recently, a couple days ago now, the car's been smelling like fuel, raw fuel, and digging around a little bit, we're finding that this cover here is just soaked with gasoline. This whole foam area right here stinks, and that covers this right here. And I've never had a car with that on it. That's a mechanical high pressure fuel pump. Probably because this has the turbo on it, I'm guessing. Maybe the standard motors without the turbos have them too, I'm not really sure. But I just ordered one of these a couple days ago off of Amazon. It's here now, so we're gonna give that a shot. It doesn't look too hard, but make a little bit of content and kind of show you guys what's going on. It's very easy to get to. Right on the top of the motor, a couple bolts, a couple connections to take off. Shouldn't be too bad. You can see here we have the cover already taken off. Here's the mechanical fuel pump. You can see we've got a replacement one here. This was off of Amazon for about $100. Actually had pretty good reviews. I've seen some that are like 600. I'm not sure why they charge so much for those, but we'll try the Amazon one. You can basically start, one thing to note is that even after you shut the car off, fuel still leaks out from like under this, I don't know what this part's called, I just call it like a cap. I don't know how it's sealed on there, but the fuel was still leaking out after the car was turned off. So we're getting a lot of fuel getting around the back side of the motor. So we've had the car sitting for about a day. So hopefully there's no built up pressure in here. You're just gonna squeeze this clip. I usually push these in a little bit just to relieve the pressure on the clip. It looks like it comes right off. This one I saw online, you just slide this clip up, and then there's like a green button that you can push in on both sides, and that just pulls off. There's still fuel coming out of here. It's not pressurized, it's just dribbling out. Let's see if we can get this off. This is a 19 mil. Comes off nice and easy. And online in another video, the guy said that you want to loosen these like a half turn at a time because this is spring loaded. You can see the spring in the bottom of the new one. I'm not sure what it matters for the old one, but maybe when you're putting the new one on, you might want to consider doing, half turn at a time, just so you don't get the pump bound up in there or have it sitting funny. Both bolts out. This should just lift out. Yep. Let's take a better look at it here. Alright. It's a little dirty looking. A little bit of fuel dripping out there yet. I mean, just looking, it doesn't look bad if you're not sure what you're looking for. But we know it needs it because that was leaking. So I'll set that one aside. Let's get this new one set in here. I guess you want to try to line up this hard line, just get that kind of sitting in the new pump right here, just kind of roughly in the right location. And let's get these bolts started. Now, if this pump wasn't so sensitive to, you know, being put in crooked, I probably would use my cordless impact drill. That seems to be the tool of choice, but I don't want to mess this one up. So I'll get these snug down by hand. Try to do a half turn on each one. Not sure if it's sitting right. I'll take a closer look at it quick. Looks like there's a rubber gasket around the neck of the pump right here, and it looks like that was just getting caught up on that spot. So I just wrapped a little rubbed a little plumber's silicone on the gasket, and now I can tell that it's going in all the way without bending that flange. Try to tighten a little bit at a time on each side. That one's snug. That one's snug. So let's snug that. Snug that. I'm not sure what the torque spec is on this. It's not going to need a lot because that O-ring is doing most of the sealing. Let's get this plug back in. Let's leave this one off until we get the other one tight. And again, you don't need to wrench that really tight. That's a compression fitting in there. So you just slide back on, put the safety clip down, and let's start it up and see what happens. It'll probably crank for a while just because it's out of fuel at the pump. Well, you can see I got a fuel leak. That's not supposed to happen. I turned the car back off. I don't know if this needs to be tighter. Doesn't look like it. It's still leaking out of there pretty good. Well, I'll take a look at this and show you guys what's going on. Okay, I loosened this one back up. I just checked to see if there was anything on it, made sure that this fuel line was lined up with that pump. There's really no other way to do it, so hopefully it doesn't spray all over again. we've got some kind of problem here. So I'm gonna let you guys go for a little bit. I'm gonna have to give up. I have no idea what's going on with this. The best I can tell is that this hard line here looks like it's got a crack in it. I'm not sure if that was the cause of my leak before, and I thought it was the pump, but that to me looks like it's got a crack in it, if I had to guess. So that's why the fuel's spraying out, at least that's why it's spraying out excessively right now. So now I've just got a big mess of fuel in here, and it sprays a lot more now than it did before. So maybe I'll get that part ordered, give it a shot. And thanks for watching. Bye. Well, it's completely fixed now. So the problem was this. First, I replaced this pump because it was definitely leaking, not from here. So I must have over torqued this line when I put it back together, and I definitely cracked the end of it. So our Kia is a 2011 with the 2-liter turbo. So this hard fuel line is available through Kia. O'Reilly Auto Parts had it. They got it the next morning for me, and there's the part number. And the torque spec on those connections are like 10 foot-pounds, so don't crank them. I felt like I didn't really crank them that much before, but I guess I must have. The other fitting is way down in here. I don't know if you can even see it. Not really, but you get the idea. It snakes around in here under a lot of stuff that's kind of all in the way. But an open-end wrench, 19 mil, that was enough to get it done. It runs perfect and it doesn't leak. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it.